Miss Tony Ward. Tony, the call is all yours.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you guys hear me okay? Hop in
Yes,
the
we
chat
hear
box.
you
Let
are
me know if
loud
you
and
can. Oh,
clear.
good. Okay, perfect. I am super excited to talk to you guys. And I see that we have a small, intimate group today. So that makes me even happier because I'll be able to answer all of your questions if you have any while we're talking about this subject. Thank you, Deidre, for always showing up and showing out and making sure that we are, here, available, and ready for every single person that wants to hop on and get some training. So you guys, let me just give you guys a little bit of information first before we get started. If you have anybody on your team, anybody that you know that's been trying to reinstate, the reinstatement had a glitch in the system. So today I spent my entire day calling over 70 people who filled out forms to come back. And the forms, the credit card information, the financial part did not populate. So I had to call them to get their information. So if you have anybody on your team that was trying to reinstate or filled out forms between the 3rd and today, they need to check their emails. I've sent an email to everybody and just fill out the form again. Okay, so that's super important. And what that told me, that there were so many people wanting to come back, they're realizing that number one, evolution, travel is fabulous. And number two, the world is opening back up and they understand travel. I was talking to one lady who was reinstating and she told me, well, I've been booking travel. I've been booking travel on, Vacation Express, but even though I wasn't active. So I said, yeah, you can book travel if you want to, but you're not going to get paid. So she was like, oh, well, that's why I'm going to reinstate. But, a lot of times, depending on what the vendor is, they kind of sweep their systems to find out who's active and who's not, depending on what the company is. It might be every 3 months, every 6 months, every 7 months. You never know. So that's one of the reasons why my voice is a little bit hoarse today. So I am going to give you guys an awesome training, but it will be short because I can barely talk. So I'm super excited though to be here because I want to talk to you guys about something that's near and dear to my heart. Let me share my screen really quickly so that I can show you guys the topic of our conversation today. So multiple streams of income, right? A lot of people have a plan A. A lot of people have a plan A and a plan B. And a lot of people have a plan A, B, C, and D. Okay, so depending on who you are, what you want to accomplish, will determine how many streams of income you guys have. So do me a favor, hop in the chat box real quick and let me know. You have 1 stream of income, 2 streams of income. Is Evolution Travel your first choice? Is it your second choice? Take a second, hop in the chat box and let me know. What are you guys doing? For me, I have 7 streams of income, right? How many do you have? Take a second. I muted myself for just a second and then I couldn't unmute. So I'm back. Let me hop in this chat box and see what you guys are saying. Whoa, Tamara has 4 streams of income. Okay, we have 6 streams of income. From Emily, I believe it because I know that lady works. 5 streams of income from Aretha. Okay, so you know what? Let me tell you something. I am not surprised in the least bit that you guys on this line have multiple streams of income. Most entrepreneurs do, right? Most people who work a 9 to 5 only have a 9 to 5. Most people who are entrepreneurs will have multiple streams of income. It's just a different thought process, right? And that's why it's really interesting when you tap into different, mindsets of people that are working their jobs. If you talk to somebody, well, like I talked to my mom. My mom is an educator. She's been teaching for about 35 years now. And if you even tell her about an entrepreneurial type of position, she will just shun it, right? She doesn't understand it. She doesn't believe in it. It's not something that she can really put into her mind. So I'm sorry, people are texting me. So entrepreneurship takes a different type of mindset. And it's really interesting that every single person on here that answered this question has more than 1 stream of income, right? So for me, of course, I have Evolution, which was my plan B and turned into my plan A. I have my furniture company, right? I have Epic now, which is our trading company. I have my CBD business. We're already up to 4, right? I also have a lot of other things that I'm doing, but with just those 4, it takes a lot and it becomes time consuming. But the best thing you need to do, the best thing to do when you have those many streams of income is to be organized, right? If you're organizing your time, you're organizing your money, you're organizing your thoughts, you will be able to be successful in everything you decide to do, right? Here's the thing. This is my advice to you. And I hear a lot of people saying this. Become excellent in one stream of income before you start another, right? So you have to really work hard and understand exactly where your effort and energy is going. Because if your energy is separated in so many different pieces, you can't give 1,000% to one particular stream of income. So that's really important. For those of you who have multiple streams of income, it's important for you to really sit down, make a schedule for yourself, understand when you're going to do your income A, when you're going to do your income B, when you're going to do your income C, how you're going to organize your life so that you can get everything out of those streams of income. Because if you're not organized within those streams of income, what will happen is you'll spend so much time on different things that you won't be able to organize. Okay, so Sheila says, I need help organizing my streams. Absolutely, Sheila. That's why we're here today. Let me ask you guys a question. What types of tools do you use to organize your multiple streams of income? Hop in the chat box. Let me know. Let's talk about it. Let's share this information so every single person on this line can definitely benefit from the help. What do you use? What do you use to organize your streams? How do you work? Do you have an accountability partner? Do you have somebody that will keep you on the straight and narrow? For me, it is so hard. It is so hard for me to actually, let me see, people are messaging me privately. Let's message so that everybody can see the messages and benefit from them. For me, it's really hard for me to focus sometimes. I want to do everything, and it's really necessary for me to really sit down and figure it out. And sometimes I ask for help. And sometimes when I ask for help, I even stop the person that's trying to help me from helping me. So it's really, I really have to understand boundaries and, time and putting things into specific categories so that I can make sure I benefit from every single thing I want to do. Let's look at this chat box and see what some of our family members are sharing with us. Let's see here. Emily says, I live and die by my calendar. Emily, is it a special calendar that you use? Is it something that organizes it hour by hour, minute by minute? What kind of calendar do you use? Let's see here. I live and die by my calendar. Okay. Monica says, if you can, or send me my email so I can check your Facebook Messenger. Right, Carter, ask you a question. Okay, Monica, you can ask me the question here. I'll answer it for you. Valerie Stewart, paper planner. My Google Calendar. Google Calendar is good. Writing in pencil is great because it pops up and it gives you reminders, of course. So that works out nicely. Let me see. Same interested people. I use my Toyota Lean Management System. Never heard of that. Sounds cool. Device are synced. That is excellent. All of my devices are synced. Our technology is here to help us. A lot of times it's a hindrance when we don't know how to use it. But if you actually know how to use your technology, it can really help you. You have a built-in virtual assistant that can help you with everything. Yes, accountability partner for business is huge. Now, let me tell you, let me be honest, let me be vulnerable. So I asked Deidre. So I've been trying to write these books, finish these books forever. I got 4 books, all of them partially done. And I said, Deidre, I need your help. Could you please hold me accountable? Could you please help me do this? And so she said, sure, I would love to help you. Okay, she sat down. What day are you available? I said, I'm available. I don't remember what I said, but let's make up something. I said, I'm available Saturday at 4 o'clock. She said, okay, perfect. I'm free Saturday at 4 o'clock too. Let's talk about what you're doing. Let's set up a schedule. I said, okay, cool. Part 1, out of the way. Part 2, you actually have to show up for yourself, right? If you have an accountability partner that's showing up for you, you actually have to show up for yourself. So Saturday at 4 o'clock came, right? Deidre called me, and I forgot. I had to do something for David. Now, she didn't know that, of course, Epic was coming. I was doing all of the slides, making all of the worksheets. And when David wants something, when David McCovey wants something, you give it to him immediately. He does not wait. So when she called me at 4 o'clock, I couldn't help myself because I was helping somebody else. So that's one reason why a lot of us don't succeed in the things that we try to succeed in, because we're not selfish with our time. Now, of course, what I was doing was important, but Deidre's time was also important, right? So I have to show up for myself if I want my accountability partner to show up for me. So that's really important. You guys have to understand that too. You can't expect somebody to do for you what you're not willing to do for yourself. Super important. If you can, if you can, write it down. Understand, you have to show up for you, because at the end of the day, you cannot make excuses for why you have not reached your goals if you have not followed the proper steps and showed up for yourself. So for me, that was a huge reality check for myself, because I need to understand when I schedule something, I have to be able to participate in my own success, okay? Because they can't do it for you. So that's important. You got to show up for yourself. Say Google. Yes, Google is good. My old organizer, I use calendar alerts with notebooks. Calendly has been really great too. Absolutely. Calendly is super cool. So when we were in Vegas to meet all of the Forex people, I went to Vegas to meet everybody, and there was a guy. His name is Peter. He works with funnels and how to get you, clients in your business, all that kind of stuff. And he is actually responsible for the 60,000 people that were in Tredair, right? He was responsible for getting those people there because of his funnels. So, we had dinner and we talked. And even though we had a cool conversation, we became, cool friends. We laughed, we joked, we played. And I said, okay, Pete, when can you talk to me about making a funnel for me? He said, I'm going to give you my calendar. You can make an appointment and we'll go from there. And I was like, appointment? I thought we had a friendship. Why do I have to make an appointment? A lot of times people will confuse business relationships with personal relationships. Although we had built a relationship, we had built rapport, we became friends, when it came to business, it was all business, period. And a lot of us need to understand that no matter who you're working with, whether it's a friend, whether it's a family member, anybody that has to do with business, you have to keep your business, period, right? I love you to death, cousin. But when it comes to learning about Forex, when it comes to me booking your travel, hey, I need you to go to my website and fill out the information. Oh, cousin, but you know what I want. You know what I make. Just find me something. Absolutely not. I can't do anything unless you go to my website and fill out my form. You got to make sure that you understand the boundaries between business and friends, right? There are boundaries. How many of you guys here, hop in the chat box, let's be communicative here. How many of you guys sometimes blur the lines between business and personal? Anybody? Everybody? Come on, let's be honest. I'm sure a lot of people on here blur the lines between business and personal. And it's easy to do because we want to always, okay, only 3 people want to be honest. That's fine. 4, that's fine. It's really easy to do that because you want to help people. You want to just make it okay. But you have to understand that if you're going to run your business, right, Tamika, exactly, all the time, she says. You want to run your business, you have to run your business like a business. What if you went to the cleaners to drop off your clothes? Now, you and the lady at the cleaners, you built a relationship, you've done all that stuff, you guys are kind of friends, you've been bringing your clothes to this cleaners for the last 10 years, right? So you want to go drop off your clothes, and you just kind of drop them off. Let's say it's Tamika. Tamika owns this cleaners. Hey, Tamika, I'm just here to drop off my clothes. I'll pick them up later. And you throw your clothes on the counter. Tamika hasn't looked at your clothes. She hasn't tagged them or seen if they need to be, repaired or just cleaned. None of that stuff. And then Tamika gets another customer that comes in. Another customer comes in. Another customer comes in. And then if another friend comes in, throws her clothes on top of your clothes. Hey, Tamika, I'll come pick these up later. Here go my clothes, right? She's not setting her boundaries. She doesn't know whose clothes are whose, what needs to be cleaned, what needs to be fixed. She's blurred those lines in a way to now that business and that personal are going to be affected, because now when the people come pick up their clothes, she doesn't know whose clothes are whose. She doesn't know what she had to fix. And now there's a problem. And they're going to blame Tamika. Even though they came in, left them there, and then went on about their business, they're still going to blame you because you weren't handling your business like a business. Have any of you booked travel for somebody and didn't get all the information, just told you, hey, what's your budget? I don't know, just give me a price. Anybody haven't taken a budget? Somebody asked for, you asked for a budget. Well, what's your budget? I don't know, just find me something. Me, all the time, before I got my form, right? So then you find them something. I had one client, not one client, one of my business partners, she did a trip for Jamaica, right? She booked it all. She asked the lady for her budget. She was like, just find me something. We want to be all inclusive, blah, 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 blah. So she found her something, and it was $9,500, right? This was her cousin. It was $9,500. Well, guess what? After she emailed her the quote, that lady never talked to her again, even though it was her cousin. And when she called me, she said, well, I don't understand, Tony. Why aren't they answering the phone? I sent them everything they wanted. I said, well, what was their budget? Well, she said that she didn't have a budget. I said, well, listen, if you send me something for $9,500, I would be like, that's a lot of money. What am I getting? I said, look on there and you tell her, find her something that's the lowest thing you can find, since you've already done this without a budget. Show her the low, show her the high, and tell her, hey, look, these are the two extremes. Which side do you want to be closer to, right? She finally did that, and then they came down to where they were comfortable. So you have to make sure you're always running your business like a business. If you do that, you can definitely have multiple streams of income. But imagine if you had multiple streams of income and you ran every single thing like it wasn't a business, just helping friends and doing things. That becomes a hobby, right? So you're going to get paid like it's a hobby. You got to work your business so that you can get paid like you're actually the CEO of your business. If you start doing that and you're strict about it, you will definitely be able to manage your multiple streams of income. That's for Sheila. You have to make sure you're managing this like a business, which means you close when you want to close, you open when you want to open, right? You don't answer phones at 3, 4 in the morning, unless, of course, you have a client that's on their way somewhere and it's an emergency. But you got to work your business like a business. That way, you can have balance in your life. Is there anybody here besides me that needs to have some more balance in their life? Anybody? Is everybody perfectly balanced with business, family, religion, all that stuff? Is everybody perfectly balanced? You know, I definitely pray every day for balance. When I was, I was single for a long time, and when I finally decided to let somebody in, my first thing I told him was, listen, I sleep with my laptop. Is that going to be a problem? First thing he said was no, right? So when work started getting in the way, I told him, hey, I told you I sleep with my laptop, and you said it wasn't a problem. I haven't changed, but you're changing. So I had to learn how to stop sleeping with my laptop. So a lot of times you have to be able to find balance in your life, right? You have to be able to say, okay. And when you work, you have to honestly work, right? You can't work and say you're on the computer trying to do some work, but you're playing that, what's that thing? Thug Life game that people keep hopping in my chat box. Anytime somebody plays that Thug Life game and they go in there and try to ask me for a life, I say, hey, have you heard of Forex? Have you heard of travel? Don't send me any more lives unless you're ready to have a real life for yourself. So there's so many different things that you have to do, but you have to focus on those things when you're actually doing them. Let me see. So how are you guys finding balance? What's taking over your life? Is there not enough work? Is there too much play? A lot of times I find, and I'm speaking to myself too, but I really had to do a lot of soul searching when I started my multiple streams. I've always had multiple streams of income, right? Back in the Stone Ages, when I was married, I had my real estate company that I owned. I had my furniture store that I owned, and I had a clothing boutique that I owned, right? But then I also had a husband. So those are 4 big things that I have to kind of manage. So because I didn't know how to manage my time, the husband's gone, right? The boutique is gone. I still have the furniture store, but my real estate is gone, right? So you have to really focus and understand how to manage your multiple streams of income. They're really good to have. They're even better when you can manage them properly. So, how do you guys feel about managing your income? What are you going to do different? Hop in the chat box. Let me know. Sheila, you needed some help doing stuff. Do you think that some of the tools that they shared today will help you? How many of you guys actually calendarize your day, right? When you sit down, when you lay down at night and you look back, okay, what did I do today? Okay, today I woke up at 7 o'clock. I did some yoga. I read my Bible. I talked to 5 of my business partners. I did some Forex training. Okay, I did a couple furniture sales. I cooked dinner. I watched a movie with my son. I did a training. Like, if you really sit down and write down every single thing you did that day, you can look at it and say, okay, what can I do different tomorrow? All right, today I talked to 5 people. Tomorrow I'm going to talk to 10 people, and I'm going to have my son cook dinner with me, so we don't it doesn't take so much time, but I'm spending time with him. Like, you can really organize your life in a way to where you can really be balanced, right? Doing all of the things that you want to do, for sure. Yes, Sheila, definitely. Make a list of things you need to do. Absolutely. Prioritize and stick to it. Absolutely. So let me ask you guys a question. Let me just figure out exactly who we have on the phone right now so I can ask the right question. How many of you guys, there are 39 of us on this phone, on this webinar. How many of you guys are participating in travel and also participating in Forex trade training? How many of you guys are participating? I expect 39 answers here. Okay, so both. Okay. If you're just doing one, just say, I'm just doing one. If you're doing both, okay, good. So just travel for Karen, okay? Okay, a lot of you guys are doing both. Just travel for Monica, okay? Cool. Okay. Now, let me ask, just travel for Lakeitha. Okay, so let me ask you guys a question, and Cynthia just want to. For those of you who are just doing travel, do you guys feel like you're getting enough training, enough attention, enough of everything? For people who are just doing travel, how do you guys feel? Do you guys feel like you're getting enough? Do you have everything? Do you feel left out? Do you need anything else? I want to know. Let me know. For those of you who are doing just travel, those are 4 of you who answered. So for those 4 of you, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Hello, for Lakeithia. Monica says yes, she's getting enough. Fabulous. Okay, fabulous. For those of you who are, I'm getting training. Good. I want you guys to remember that, okay, I was telling a couple of the agents that I was talking to, you know how when you've been the only child for a long time, like you've been the only child for 13 years, you're a teenager, you've been your parents' only pride and joy, just you. And all of a sudden, your mom gets pregnant by accident and there's a new baby, right? So the trading is the new baby. And they're so shiny, it's so pretty. Oh my God, the hair is so curly. It's just the prettiest baby you've ever seen in your entire life. And everybody's so excited about it. I just want everybody to know that that's what trading is. It's just the new baby, right? But of course, travel is our very first love. And I want you guys to know that there will always be training. There'll always be a meeting. We'll never stop it, okay? Cool. She said, I have the training, just need to implement. Yes. And the weird part about it is there's so many new people in travel that have been doing our 7-day training course and really getting a lot out of it. Okay, cool. Fabulous. I just want to make sure that everybody's being taken care of. How many of you guys are participating in trainings for the Forex and for travel? How many of you guys are participating, have figured out how to structure your lifestyles for this multiple income? Have you guys figured it out? Have you been doing the training? Yay! Okay, she said she's working on it. I'm doing both. Okay, good. Now, I just want you guys to be able to allocate time for your travel, allocate time for your trading. And for those of you who are only doing travel, you have double time to become the best travel agent you could ever possibly be. Okay, still working on fitting it in my schedule. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, so you guys make sure you allocate it. Uzetta says I haven't started yet. Okay, and I get that. You're a teacher. School just started, so you're getting all your schedules together. So figure it out. I want every single person on this line for your homework tonight. I want you to sit down and make a schedule. I want you to sit down, make a schedule, and stick to it. Stick to the schedule. We're going to talk about that schedule next week. I want you guys to post on Facebook. I want you to make sure that you are becoming the best multiple stream income earner you could possibly become. Okay, every single person. That is your homework, your schedule for the next 7 days. I want you to, before you go to sleep, sit down and write down what you did that day, what you did that day, what you could do better the next day. If your day was perfect and your schedule worked out perfectly, then you got your schedule in place. So do that every day until you come to a great schedule that you can actually participate in every single day. Okay, if you just started Epic, if you just started travel, sit down and figure out what is your goal for the end of September. What do you want to learn? What do you want to be able to book? What do you want to be able to trade? Figure out exactly what your goals are going to be in your business so that you can hold yourself accountable. Okay, that's super important, to go back to your goals. And then, like you said, use your technology. Put those goals in your phone so that on the 1st, you'll get a message, you'll get an alarm that says, these are your goals. Did you meet those goals? What did you do? And then you can set your new goals for the next month. So make sure you do that. Yes, the replays are fabulous, for sure. Okay, you guys, do you have any questions for me? I am getting out of breath here. As you can see, my voice is going all the way away. So any questions I can answer for you briefly, I'll try to do that with your multiple streams of income. Anything you need to know, anything you need help with. I hope every single person, if you're working both businesses, you need to have an accountability partner for both. You can't have the same accountability partner for both businesses. You need a specific accountability partner for each business, okay? Well, I'm glad I could help, Sheila, for sure. Multiple streams of income, for sure. I'm up to 7 multiple streams of income. I just have to be able to work it. Right now, my goal, let me tell you, my goal right now is to make enough money to hire 2 assistants. 1 assistant for my travel business, 1 assistant for my trading business, okay? So that's my goal for December 31st, to make enough money to be able to pay somebody to do some stuff for me. So figure out what your goal is. What are you working for? What do you want to get out of this? So it makes sense. My other goal is to make sure my son has an income of at least $5,000 a month when he goes away to college. That way I'm not stressed out. He has enough money. He can concentrate on his schoolwork, getting straight A's and getting himself to the NBA. He doesn't have to worry about calling mama for anything. It'll be right on his pay card. So that's another one of my goals. So what are your goals? What are you working for? What do you need to do? Yes, Annette, I definitely agree. Sometimes it definitely feels overwhelming. And here's what you don't want to do. And you guys, be honest with me. Be honest with each other. How many of you stack your plate so high, right? You got so much stuff on your plate that you say, forget it. I'm not doing anything. I need a nap. Is there anybody here who retreats to a nap when it just gets too overwhelming? You can't do anything. It's like, forget it. It's so much stuff to do. I'm not doing anything. I need a nap. I'm going to sleep. It's just too much. Here's the thing. Every single thing on your plate might be the best tasting thing that you could ever eat, right? But all together, it's too much. You might love that, hard bun sandwich that you get from the sandwich shop. You might love that barbecue that you get at the soul food place. Oh, I love yams. Oh, I love greens. Oh my goodness, that's my favorite pizza. Oh wow, I love tacos, right? But you take all those different things and put it all on the same plate and try to do it at one time, more than likely, you're not going to eat anything. You're going to feel so overwhelmed. Oh my goodness, that's too much food. I can't even eat it. Well, guess what? That's the same thing when you put all of your tasks on your plate. Yes, okay, folding my clothes, that's easy. Washing my clothes, that's easy. Sending out those Excel sheets, that's easy. Everything is easy when it's separated. But when you put it all together and it's not organized, you are overwhelmed so much so that You're tired even looking at the list. Am I the only person that'll write a list of things to do for the day? And by the time I'm done with that list, I'm like, oh my God, I need a nap. You haven't even done anything, but you've overwhelmed yourself so much that you don't want to do anything. Understand that you will just have one meal at a time, right? Somebody says, I can't do all of that stuff. No one asked you to eat the whole cow, just one steak at a time, right? It's the same thing with your stuff, your streams of income. Put it and organize it in a way to where you'll be able to bite it off. Chew it up in small bites, okay? That's what I want you guys to do. That's what your homework is. Sit down and figure out, okay, these are my goals for the month. How am I going to split this up in a daily fashion so that I can achieve them without overwhelming myself and cussing out everybody around me? Because I get mean, okay? I'm going to be honest. I get mean. I'm super nice, but I get mean when I feel like, oh my God, I feel like I'm back against the corner. I got to get all this stuff done. Oh my goodness, there are not enough hours in the day. Nobody will help me. Why isn't anybody working? Why do I have to do all this by myself? I get mean, okay? So I don't want to be mean. I want to be nice, because remember, you're not mean to the people that are away from you, but the people in your house that live with you, oh my goodness, you're like a terror. You come walking down the hall, they're running in the rooms, closing the doors, hiding from you any kind of way they can. And I understand that I need to chew a little bit at a time, because if I do that, everything will be easier to swallow, right? So you have to really understand who you are, what you're doing, what you need to do, because you don't want to become overwhelmed. I've seen people, right, become depressed, feel like, oh my goodness, this is so much for me to do. I just can't do it. I'm depressed and I just don't know what to do. And depression comes in so many different forms, so many different ways, and it's hard to snap out of it. If you're looking at somebody and you're judging yourself on somebody else's accomplishments, well, guess what? You're going to depress yourself if you can't do what they do. I was reading my Bible, and I'm going to find the verse, because usually when I read my Bible, I'll just wake up and I'll pray. I'll say, God, just send me where I need to go. And I'll open the Bible. And wherever I open the Bible to, it's exactly what I need. And it's so scary to me, the way it's so spot on. But God knows what he's doing with me, and I'm appreciative of it. And one day I opened my Bible, and it was talking about the spirit of competition and how God doesn't want his creations to compete with one another. He made us exactly the way we are supposed to be. So competition is not in the spirit of God. So I was like, oh my goodness, I never knew that, and it kind of changed my mindset on everything. Even though I understand completely, there can never, I don't care how many people come into this world, there can never be another Tony Ward, right? There can never be another Deidre Driscoll. There can never be another Patrice Abels Vance. We are who we are. And trying to compete with other people to become who they are is not what we're supposed to do. You're just supposed to become the best version of you, period. And once I understood that, I was like, you know what? I just want to be a better me. I just want to be a better me. I just want to be a better me. Okay, I sold $10,000 in travel last year. I want to sell $11,000 this year. Not competing with anybody else, but I'm just being a better version of me, right? So I was so appreciative when I read that, because it really kind of put me in a mindset to where I understand so much. I always say, ain't no competition, and people think, oh, you think you all that. No, I understand that God said there is no competition. So, when you kind of understand things, it really helps you to put things in this right perspective. So, and I think that's why I try to help everybody. This lady contacted me last week, and she said, I just reinstated. I'm trying to do all this stuff. She started talking to me. People call me all the time. And a lot of times, if their number's not saved in my phone, I don't even know who I'm talking to. So I'm talking to her. I'm like, okay, well, calm down. Tell me who you are. So she told me who she was, her name. Still didn't really know who she was, but it didn't matter. She's talking about evolution, and everybody in evolution is part of my family, and I love them, so I'm going to help everybody. She's telling me all this stuff, and I'm saying, well, I send out, emails, and she's like, you're my platinum. I was like, okay. I send out emails all the time. Are you getting the emails? She said, no, I'm not getting the emails. I said, well, I don't know why you're not getting the emails. Let's kind of troubleshoot a little bit, figure out why you're not getting them. So I told her, go in your back office, click on my team, click on my upline, and see what's there. See if my name's there. So she was like, no, you're not my platinum. It says such and such and such's name. And I was like, yep. I said, so they're your platinums. However, you can still call me. You can still text me. Whatever you need, I'm going to help you. She said, really? Are you serious? And I was like, absolutely. If you're part of Evolution, you're part of me. So I'm going to help you. I want everybody here to get whatever they need. She said, well, other leaders don't say that. And I said, well, that's not my business. My business is to make sure everybody that contacts me is okay. So it was kind of, it was refreshing to me to be able to help somebody no matter who they are. And I think that's the way we're supposed to be. And since I'm grounded in who I'm being, the best version of me, the best version of me would help any person that came to me for help. So become the best version of you. Throw that competition stuff out the window. Do the best thing you can do. And I think you'll feel a lot better about what you're trying to accomplish, because your accomplishments should never be, okay, well, what did Mona accomplish? Okay, Mona has 10 people on her team, so I want 12. No, that would never be a way for you to set your goals. Your goals should be based on what you want out of your life, because we're all unique individuals and our lives are just the same, okay? So I'm super excited. I said this was going to be short, but it's actually been like 45 minutes of me rambling here and trying to give you guys every single thing I got. So I hope you guys got something out of our training today about your multiple streams of income, organizing your schedule, making sure that you are the best version of yourselves. So did you guys get something out of this? I want to know what you're going to take away from this training today. I hope that you guys come back next week. I want to make sure, I think everybody here has at least one time, filled out the form for the gifts. I have a special something I'm going to send to you guys. I want to make sure you guys all get it. And then I just found out that a lot of people didn't get their gift from Patrice. So we'll make sure those go out today as well. Okay. So I love all of you. I look forward to seeing you. Okay, at the bank and at the beach. Next week, we're going to have a special training from our very own Deidre Driscoll. So please, you guys, tell everybody, anybody, all the bodies, because somebody is going to need to hear what Deidre's going to want to train on next week. So make sure you guys are here next week, okay? We'll have something super special for you too. So get every single person you know on this call for next week. Monica says, can you send me another certificate? Yes. What I'm going to do, here's the thing. When I send the certificates out, they go out in a group. Some people say they don't get them. Some people say, I didn't receive a certificate. You have to go and search in your email, okay? Because whatever email you registered, that email definitely was sent a certificate. So the only thing I can do is send them. I can't force your email to accept it, okay? So I will send out everybody on here who has sent anything out. I'm going to send out another copy of the earpods, another copy of the speaker, another copy of the tooth whitening, and then I'll have an extra special one for you as well. And then I'm going to give everybody also the trip that Patrice talked about in her training. So those will come tonight, okay? So if you don't get it by midnight, I sent it, because as soon as we're done with this, I'm going to go send everything out, okay? So I love you all to the moon and back. Audrey says, I gave my son my Bluetooth. He's very happy. Yes, it's really nice. I heard a lot of good things about it. I'll see you all at the bank, at the beach. Make sure you and your friends are back here next Tuesday to hear our awesome training from Deidre. I love you all. See you later. Bye, everybody.